up, y'all? Alright, what up, y'all? It's Metaphor. Back for more. To kick the roll. Represent everyone's you and I verse. We're going to do a video on the moon in Capricorn with the sun now going into Libra. So this will be initiating times based on initiating the fall season with Libra and initiating the blueprint with this moon in Capricorn. But with that being said, I'm going to play a little bit of music for y'all. Just a bit. Oh, dag. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, here we go. Appreciate y'all patience. My bad, y'all. Thank you for y'all patience. Right back at it. We gonna play the third person song for y'all.
Conscious in pursuit of president, speaking dollars, that's my president. Elevated up with the president, flowing better than it's ever been. A young Anglo-American, golly how we swiftly mix the recipe in the custody belief. High vibe zone and found myself. AU with the vision, heaven elemental, periodic verse hidden inside 47. You'll be astonished, chronic, oof, dotage, smoking on my lungs. Pack a punch, that's how we make my eyes bleed. Broken vision, fix it like my elemental balance. Mary back in childless green, make my chakras balance. Truly want a lady, while I'm blessed, truly wanna thank ya. Truly wanna thank ya to my creator, Mamakati. Love renaissance to the fullest, it's all love from up above. Switching lanes, gripping on the wheel again to the fifth dimension. Face a whole 7 in the sit-in. The Indian style do, cooking blood united too. But don't pass from the blood, fool. Shots are just a killing concerts. Inspire me to drop the bomb first. All these bitches made the leaders, indigo the truly golden leaders. But it's gangland, so grab a heater. Come guys, Alaska, we all King Kunta. To these martial law pursuers. Another dead by police or interracial beef. Drowned in the melting pot, divide and conquer. How they plan to feast.
That's it. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna get into it. So at this point in time, with the sun in Libra, it's all about initiating and creating a relation or relationship or things to relate with on your ship. Think about a relationship as a boat, like your little raw boat, and you're trying to keep afloat, you dig? And based on you trying to keep afloat, you have to relate properly. You don't want no holes in your boat. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Jay-Z. He was holding no, you know what I'm saying? Tombstone Reed, he was holding no leaks. Yeah, that's hard, you dig? Pause. But yeah, that's like fire, you know what I'm saying? Energy right there. And that's how fire relates. They hold no leaks. You dig what I'm saying? It's you know, fire engulf everything. You dig what I'm saying? We're not talking about Sagittarius right now. We're talking about Libra, right? So Libra is all about the fall season and initiating and creating a relation and relationship, like I say. So based on if you have holes in your relations or if you actually are a solid person to relate with and you hold your word and you hold your promises, then this Libra season will be beneficial for oneself. But based on one, having holes in their conversation or quote unquote having leaks, you dig? then these circumstances based on the moon in Capricorn right now will show you what you actually need to work on and circumstantially. If I'm not mistaken, the moon is about to go into Aquarius here soon. But yeah, this is the moon in Capricorn video. Yeah. So the moon in Capricorn first to the 12th house, real quick. So the moon in Capricorn is about initiating and creating the blueprint, and based on initiating and creating the blueprint with this relation or relationship, based on the sun going into Libra. You dig? So the Capricorn in the first house, we're gonna go through the rising signs, first to the 12th house. So Capricorn rising in the first house with the moon here is gonna have a personal affair or personal way of initiating and creating a blueprint. And then with that being said, they're gonna have that in the Libra in their 10th house. So they're gonna have a learning process to how to actually relate in a business-like manner. And then moving forward, the Capricorn in the second house will be the Sagittarius rising. So the Sagittarius will be dealing with their values of their blueprint. So how do you value the blueprint to then in turn actually have a way to learn what to associate with based on the sun in Libra. So the sun in Libra is going to initiate and create in the 11th house at this time a way that the Sagittarius having the Capricorn in the second house will have to learn from. They have to learn how to be more practical and relate more with their associates based on what they value. And then moving forward, the Capricorn in the third house will be Scorpio rising. So Scorpio will be dealing with the sextile energy. So sextile to the Capricorn energy. They're 60 degrees away, so they're able to see the opportunity and how to relate in their environment. Pardon me, not to relate, but how to initiate and create a blueprint in their environment to then in turn have a dream they can actually relate to. So at this time, you're going to be in your environment and how to initiate and create a blueprint in your environment to then in turn have a dream that you learn from. You know what I'm saying? You have this dream that you want to initiate and create in the fall time, but at the end of the day, you have to work in the third house and actually see that opportunity and cultivate it. And moving forward, the Libra rising will be having the Capricorn in the fourth house, and then obviously the Libra in the first house. So they're going to be learning how to be more private with how they relate and how they relate to their business. So essentially, the Libra sees the home as the business. So however they relate with, that's who they want to do business with. It's a whole other conversation. But at this point in time, the Libra is going to be learning how to be more practical in their home environment and also with their personal affairs, how to be more practical, how to be more relatable. Initiate and create that balance for the blueprint. Then with the Virgo rising is going to have the Capricorn in the fifth house. So they're going to be having this expression and this childlike expression. So whenever the moon is in Capricorn for a Virgo rising, this is the time that you actually want to, I know it's a fallen moon sign, it's a moon sign that's at work, but based on the Virgo being a work sign essentially, being that Mercury that's on the yin side, not the yang side like Gemini, the Virgo is going to have the details already. So this Capricorn energy is like the boss energy. So Virgos want to be the boss already. So this is the trine circumstance to the Virgo and the Capricorn. So you want to be able to initiate and create and see the opportunity and, create the opportunity to actually have a good time, essentially, with the Virgo rising. And then the Virgo is going to be having the Libra in the second house with the square to the fifth house. So learning how to express what you value, essentially, is what the Virgo is going through. The Leo rising is having the Capricorn in the sixth house. So based on their routine, pattern, and their work schedule, then in turn, they're going to be having the Libra being a square to the third house, so in their environment. So the Libra in the third house for the Leo is all about creating balance in the environment. And based on being in the environment and being a square to the Capricorn in their business and how they actually initiate and create a routine and pattern, they're going to be learning how to be more relative to the actual environment that they're working with based on their routine and pattern. And the Leo is a misunderstanding to the Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so the Leo is experiencing 150-degree angle. So the Leo can misunderstand the Capricorn energy and how to actually be at work. Leo being a little bit too lazy, but they have that opportunity that they're going to be working with based on the Libra and the Sun. So the Libra in their Sun sign, the Libra and the Sun right now based on the Leo rising, is going to be in the 3rd house, so your environment is what the spotlight's going to be. Then moving forward, the Cancer rising is going to have Libra in the 4th house, and then the Capricorn in the 7th house. So the Cancer is having an opposite circumstance to the Capricorn. They can either be opposing or add on to the blueprint and whatever is being initiated and created in that blueprint. And with that being said, they're going to be learning how to be more relative based on which circumstance they want to choose, based on the Libra rising and where they want to create that balance, based on the Sun going to be experienced in their 4th house. So the Cancer rising is going to be seeing how to be more relative in their home, essentially, and things that are close to their heart, people that are close to their heart, and essentially things of that circumstance. Then moving forward, the Gemini rising is having the Capricorn in the 8th house. So the other misunderstanding. So they're misunderstanding how to transform and rebirth this Capricorn energy, this boss-like energy. The Gemini is learning how to be a boss all over again, essentially, but misunderstanding that because they feel they already have a grasp on everything. The Gemini is either the genius or the lost one, essentially. And then moving forward, based on their Libra energy, this is going to be in the 5th house, so they're going to create an opportunity based on the fall season to essentially speak on and be more mercurial and relative to the way that they communicate, essentially, and the way that they actually think. But with the Capricorn energy they're going to misunderstand what to actually work on and transform at this time to actually have that expression that they want to work with. And then moving forward, and pardon me, just to complete that, and then the 8th and that 5th house is going to be that square energy. So they're going to be learning what to transform to actually have the proper expression to be relative. And then moving forward, like I said, the Taurus rising is going to experience the Capricorn in the 9th house. This will be their knowledge, wisdom, and experience. So for the Taurus at this time, they're going to be collecting this knowledge, wisdom, and experience based on what they're working on, based on creating that opportunity, based on both being earth signs, and they're also being that misunderstanding to the Libra going to be in their 6th house. So at this point in time, that's whatever is relative to what they're working on is then in turn having that blueprint that they're relating to in their 9th house. So at this point in time, the Taurus is misunderstanding the fall season and what to actually work with, essentially, based on the Libra season. So the Libra and Taurus are a misunderstanding, 150-degree angle. And then based on the Capricorn energy, though, they're already able to create that opportunity to get a little bit more clarity and actually just work on something and stay their shoulder to the grindstone, so to speak. Their shoulder to the grindstone, so to speak. I kind of stumble on not stumble, but mumble on my words, so I'm working on that. Moving forward, the Aries rising is, and just to finish that up, essentially the Taurus is having this knowledge and wisdom that they're going to learn how to relate in their working environment, essentially, working environment in their routine and pattern. So yeah, moving forward, the Aries rising is having the Capricorn in the 10th house, then the Libra in the 7th house. So the Aries is seeing what status they actually want to work with, and they're learning from at the actual status in their personal affairs. They're seeing, okay, what in my personal affair can I learn from to actually put on my blueprint? And based on this blueprint, how do I actually want to relate it in my 7th house? Do I want to be opposing to this other blueprint, or do I have my own blueprint that I want to work with? The Aries wants to be in charge. This is like a very difficult circumstance for the Aries. They're squared and oppositioned up. So they just got to hold it down, essentially. The Aries maybe take a back seat if you're kind of lost, but if you're Aries that's on the higher octave, then, stay on your path and you're good. Then moving forward, the Pisces rising is having the Capricorn in the 11th house, and then the Libra. Why did I say Cancer? The Pisces is having the Libra in the 8th house. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in the 8th house. And then they're having the Capricorn in the 11th house. So they're learning what to transform based on their association. So whatever association that you're working with, you're in turn learning what to transform to actually relate to in this Libra season, or the initiating and creating this fall season. And based on you being the Pisces, you're able to see the opportunity based on the Capricorn energy, 60-degree angle, but also you are misunderstanding based on the Libra energy, like I said. Misunderstanding what to actually bring into reality based on being what is relative. Based on the Pisces energy being more Jupiterian and the Libra energy being more Venusian, essentially. Both feminine energies, but the thing about it is Venus doesn't always do things that are wise, and Jupiter doesn't always do things that are loving. That's just what it is. Based on the Pisces being ruled by Jupiter and Libra being ruled by Venus, just to be clear. And then moving forward, last but not least, the Aquarius rising is experiencing the Capricorn in the 12th house, and then the Libra in the 9th house. So they're able to create the opportunity and what they actually want to initiate and create in this fall season based on them being this fixed air sign and already having the idea of what they want to work with. And in turn, being a fatal attraction to the Capricorn, they're seeing, okay, what can I work on in my dream realm to actually then in turn have a proper knowledge and wisdom on what to go about in this fall season. So the Libra's in an interesting circumstance. The Aquarius is in an interesting circumstance based on this Libra energy. So if I were to give you any advice, it would just be see what is beneficial at this time and what is more malefic, and utilize the more beneficial dream based on that 12th house to work on, to then in turn have this proper knowledge and wisdom and learn what dream you actually want to produce, essentially, and what knowledge and wisdom you want to utilize to actually produce whatever experience you want to have occur. So yeah, stay safe or stay dangerous. It's up to you. You dig? But we gotta be one side of the octave. And much love and peace if you believe in all that. You dig? And holla back at CONSCIOUS1347, and I'll send you a menu if you're looking for readings, or you can just ask me any kind of question. Holla back. Peace.